After the final of Roland Garros, Steve Flink is beating me in elegance as much as Rafa Nadal is always beating Roger Federer. 5 times in a row for Nadal, and today we saw the first set of Federer. We thought he could make it, or at least he could win the first set. Should have won.
He should have won the set. He had 5-2 and he tried a drop shot on set point, just missed it wide off the backhand. That was a crucial point. The umpire checked the mark, confirmed it was out, and the next thing you know, Nadal's won 7 straight games.
Yeah, I thought that he lost the first set not only then, but also when in the following game he was serving for the set 5-3, and he put in only one first serve out of 6.
Right.
I mean, that has nothing to do with Nadal. And later Nadal played better and better. But in that precise moment, I thought Federer was feeling that sort of complex that he must have with Nadal.
Couldn't agree more, and we've seen it through the years so many times. I remember a set in Monte Carlo that Nadal was down 4-love in the finals and he came back and won the set. He's done it to Federer so many times, especially on clay, that I think Roger almost starts thinking it's going to happen again. He's haunted by the past in that sense, and it happened again. And that first set was pivotal. If Federer was going to have a serious chance to win this match, and he did play very well thereafter, he had to convert that opening he had in the first set and get Nadal down a set and take his chances from there.
Then there was another key moment in the beginning of the fourth set,
yes,
because Federer won the third set, and as he just said on the press conference, Nadal looked a little bit tired, which we are not used to see Nadal a little bit tired. And in the first game of the fourth set, it was love 40 on Nadal's serve.
It was, but if you looked at it point by point from there, I thought Nadal played a terrific game. I think he sensed, I better not get down a break here. The crowd was getting excited. Nadal had blown the third set from 4-2. He won only one more game the rest of the way in the third, so he knew the momentum was shifting dramatically, and he could not afford to go down a break at the start of the fourth. I thought he lifted his game decidedly to hold on for 1-love, and that, I agree, was the next most crucial game of the match, other than Federer trying to serve it out in the first set.
Then, 2 questions for you. Borg, Nadal, who is best on clay? How can you compare the two and the records?
It's funny that you say that. I was just writing about it in my tennischannel.com column, and in my view, it's now clear-cut. It's just my opinion that Nadal has taken the clay court game to another level. He's equaled Borg's record here at Roland Garros, but when we look at their entire records on clay beyond Roland Garros, I think Nadal has been slightly more dominant, and I think inevitably he's going to win 1 or 2 more here as well. In my book, he's #1, and I say that with no disrespect to Borg, who was a magnificent clay court player.
And the second question is, Nadal has 10 slams, and he has it being younger than Federer, because Federer at the age of Nadal had won only 8 slams. So where Nadal, who is 25 years old, could arrive? More than 16 slams?
I think it's going to be very difficult. I'm a big Nadal admirer. I think he's got a bunch more ahead of him. I think he's going to win at least 3 or 4 more. Whether he can catch Federer, who still might win 1 or 2 more himself, I don't know. But I think they're going to be hard to come by, especially with Djokovic having reached the peak of his game and with Murray improving as much as he has. Nadal is surrounded by top-notch competitors.
You're right, you're right. And now the last question. We have Wimbledon in 15 days. What will happen? Federer is going to win Wimbledon, Nadal can beat him again, Djokovic is competitive on grass.
Well, I think Murray is in there too. I think any of those 4 can win the title. Federer picks up a lot of confidence, I think, to beat Djokovic here and make the final after the kind of season he had coming into Roland Garros. He wouldn't admit it, but it really hadn't been a good year until now. This will give him a lift. Murray gets a lift getting to the semis here. Djokovic, I don't think is going to be thrown off stride by finally losing his first match of the year in the semifinals of Roland Garros. He'll be right in the thick of it. And then Nadal, he hasn't lost his last 2 times at Wimbledon. He missed it a couple of years ago, and he's won it in 2008 and 2010, and he loves the grass. I think they're all right in it.
Thanks a lot, Steve Flink.